was 18 miles to Tucumcari. It's me and Billy Graham and the Bibles that I carry. For me, I'm not just any other Dick or Harry. Got a big cross painted on the side of my rig to remind the devil that he ain't so big and scary. Crucifix hanging from my rearview mirror. Crown of thorns that helps me see things clearer. When I'm lost, the hands that help me steer. When I hit that rumble strip, I remember that the gospel ship is getting nearer. Yes, I'm Paul the Apostle, preaching truck stop gospel. I'm not angry and I'm not hard. Just want you to love my Jesus. Gonna make you a true believer. Just wanna modify your behavior. I just want you to love my Savior. For 15,000 Bibles on my tires. Holy water radiator, this truck it ain't for hire. Gonna drive it till I join that angel choir. Attending the body who will listen it. I've been saved, I'm a God-fearing Christian on fire. Parking lot lady wants me to let her climb in. Semi kind of truck, the kind she could have a good time in. She jumped up before she could even climb in. Well, I was speaking in the Holy Spirit. I cast that demon out, I could hear it dying. Yes, I'm Paul the Apostle, preaching truck stop gospel. I'm not angry and I'm not hostile. Just want you to love my Jesus. Gonna make you a true believer. Just wanna modify your behavior. I just want you to love my Savior. Apostle, preaching truck stop gospel. I'm not angry and I'm not hostile. Just want you to love my Jesus. Gonna make you a true believer. Just wanna modify your behavior. I just want you to love my Savior. Truck Stop Gospel, it's funny we keep talking about this song, but I didn't write it about any one person in particular. It's just kind of a amalgamation of a bunch of things I encountered in a couple months. And I wrote the song, we released it, and then I got a message on Facebook from this guy. It's like, that's me in your song. And he told me to come meet him in Florida, and he has a barbecue truck, and he gives away barbecue and preaches to people while he does it. So I've never intentionally written a song about someone, but after the fact I've learned that these people exist. I grew up consuming a lot of religious imagery. You know, I was in church 3 times a week, Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night I was going to church. So a lot of those words and images are just kind of branded into my consciousness. So when I go to write a song or something, they're bound to turn up, you know. It's the input and the output. A lot of the tonality, I think, is the same. Like the chord structures of the songs definitely draw from a lot of gospel music and hymnals. And I think there's a certain amount of, or a lack of self-consciousness maybe, that's what I shoot for. Growing up in church, the church I went to, everybody sings at the same time, and not everybody can sing well, you know, so you have these really raw voices just in your ear all the time, and a lot of people would hear those voices and say, oh, they're a terrible singer, but I learned to love just real voices and real sounds, so I think some of that's in there too. That's what I'm shooting for anyways. I don't mind when people compare me to Elvis. It's always a compliment. Sometimes I think it's just the hair, though. It's just the hairstyle. But it's always a compliment. He's the king, you know? Yeah, this has always been what I've wanted to do since I started playing guitar when I was about 7. And by the time I was about 12 or 13, I was like, I don't really want to do anything else. If I can figure out how to make this work, I will. And I had a bunch of people around me who were able to make a living making music. A couple of my guitar teachers, they taught guitar and they played in a couple different bands and released their own albums, and they were able to make a living at it, and I saw that was an option. You know, I thought to make a living making music you had to be like a superstar or something, but once I found out it was an option to just have a normal life as a musician, I was in. Yeah, we didn't have a label. I sold a guitar. I had a couple guitars, and I sold one so we could record an album, pay to record an album, and then I think my parents loaned me like $500 or something to get some CDs pressed, and yeah, we just sold them at shows, at, you know, coffee shops, pizza places, wherever. I really try to focus on putting it all on the stage. I feel like when people buy a ticket to the concert or the festival or whatever, if I'm going to a festival, I want to see music, you know. I don't want to see the guy talk about themselves or try to preach a message to me or something. I'm there to see music, you know. So when I'm on stage, I try to enter that space, you know. I like all different kinds of audiences. Really rowdy audiences are fun because the show will ramp up, you know, like the whole time it's getting better and better and faster and bigger. But then with quieter audiences, there's more room for nuance, and you know, people are really listening, so you can get quieter. You know, you can get quiet. That way, when you get loud, it's a bigger change. Yeah, I like them all, as long as they're not throwing things at me.